because a lot of people ask me, well, how in the world did you get from doing psychic readings to talking about out-of-body sex? Well, as I've been doing psychic readings and getting in touch with my spirituality and trying to make a connection to my soulmates and my soul cluster and everybody else who happens to be floating about my energy field, I noticed that when I connected to certain people, that I got turned on, for lack of a better way to put it. And when I got so incredibly turned on, I wasn't able to shut it off because I wasn't sure what was happening, where it was coming from. I didn't know in my own little creative mind that I whip up one hell of a fantasy and I'm kind of riding it through or what. But as time kept progressing, the sexual urges, the sexual energy just kept building and building. And finally I decided I can spend most of my time taking care of the sexual energy, or because I couldn't work unless I did. Or I can try to discover what in the world this stuff is and how I can control it more to my favor, or put a stop to it so I can actually get some work done and make money and keep a roof over my head, which my 8-year-old found to be important. So that's when I started working on the whole out-of-body thing. Let's see, where do I want to go from here? There are 3 different types of out-of-body experiences, sexual-wise, that I've discovered over the years. The easiest version is telepathic sex, and I'll get more in depth with everything as I go on. The telepathic sex is the easiest. Then there's dream sex, and then there's astral sex. And unless you're proficient at astral traveling, which the majority of people aren't, it just kind of accidentally happens. Astral sex is very difficult to achieve, but it's just phenomenal. So if you have never tried astral traveling or astral sex, I highly recommend it. When I was working through the different things and discovering the telepathic and the dream and the astral, I did more, I guess, in-depth work on the energy fields. I always knew that we had the physical body and then the different energy fields that went out, and the astral body likes to travel during astral travel or dream travel. And when I discovered that that same energy or astral body can be conducive to telepathic sex, I worked on how to strengthen it more. And in learning how to strengthen that energy field, I jumped into the chakras more and I knew about the chakras, the different energy portals that we all have. But the sacral chakra is the one that's important to sexual energy, and I really started to work on that the most. And the color for the sacral chakra is orange. So if you find yourself, even if you didn't do any of the out-of-body sex, if you find yourself that your sexual energy is low, if you up the orange in your life, whether it be drinking orange juice, believe it or not, or maybe wearing some orange clothes, putting some orange knickknacks or accessories in your environment, all that stuff works. It also helps if you take some orange essential oil and rub it onto the sacral chakra. That helps to give it if you're going on a date or something and you want to increase the sexual energy right away, that's always a good thing, to put the orange or the orange essential oil on. Now, the telepathic sex. People ask me, well, how can you say telepathic sex is an out-of-body experience when you're fully awake and you can actually tell that your energy body is separating and going to go do its thing?